Now, the Blitz on 2, sponsored by McDonald's, Steen Enterprises, and Palmetto Ford Lincoln.
Thank you for watching the Blitz on 2. He's Brandon, I'm Evan, and week 1 really means the second week of high school football.
Yeah, well, for most, except for one school on our Blitz on 2 game of the week. More of that coming up later. The first storylines, though, let's jump into those right away. Goose Creek kicks off their season against a Cane Bay squad who was pretty impressive in week 0, plus 2 1-0 teams collide at Daniel Island, West Ashley, and Bishop England, both coming off big wins.
Yeah, and the defending state champs in Colleton County would the P-Men experience a hangover after Saturday's grinded-out game against Sandy Creek. We'll find out in a bit, but on campus at Cane Bay, the Cobras remain in Class 4A, while most of their counterparts from last season moved up to 5A. It did not matter last week as Russell Zare's team put up 20 fourth-quarter points on their way to absolutely demolishing Ashley Ridge, who happens to be a 5A school. Tonight, a much tougher test taken on Goose Creek, who had week 0 off. Here's your sign of the night right here. This goes to this Cane Bay student. If the Creek had Zika, then I want Zika, because Dante Smith takes this handoff for more than 60 yards to put the Creek ahead, 7-0 after the extra point. The students not liking that, but the band must play on, shouldn't they? All right, so here we go. It's Cane Bay's turn. The pitch to Chris Copeland. He is gonna hug the sidelines tighter than you hug your mama, huh? Touchdown Cane Bay. He says, I'm eating tonight. Feed the man. We're tied up at 7. Here comes your play of the night from RJ Roderick. He is the Cane Bay quarterback, and he keeps it. Appears to be tackled, actually, but look at him just beast through that, refuses to go down all the way to the end zone. It's that kind of effort that leads Cane Bay over Goose Creek, 17-13, the final. Cane Bay's first ever win over the Gators. That's a big one. Wow.
Well, last year it wasn't even close for West Ashley. They ran through pretty much tap dance all over Bishop England, 41-0. Only problem in tonight's rematch, the Wildcats did not have their star-studded running back in Dexter Freeman out with a concussion, of course.
That hurts.
But, you know, you must play, exactly. So both schools 1-0 on the season. West Ashley on the road. No number 10 in pads. There he is. Of course, not playing in this one. Bishop England on offense. Quarterback Leo Albano tosses it to Christian Grivu. Takes a shot downfield and finds a wide open Andrew Pizzo for the easy 6. A little trickery there. PE strikes first. Following drive, no Freeman still, but the ground game takes off for the Wildcats right here. They would get down to about the 12-yard line inside the red zone. Same drive. The defense was able to hold up here with Eric Vittel laying the wood. Oh, that kind of hurt. Ow. Bishop England wins 21-14.
Looking good there. The defending state champs in Colleton County tonight. Fort Dorchester taking on the Cougs. 7-3 P-Men with the lead and looking to add to it. DeCarrion Joyner calls his own number for the quarterback keeper. He's like the first piece of bread. Everybody reaches for him, but nobody's going to grab him. 14-3, the Fort jumps ahead. Cougs trying to make a comeback, but that P-Men defense pretty salty. DeAndre Peterson, down goes Craig Grant. P-Men roll in Walterboro. 67-3, the final score.
Gosh. Well, Stall visiting St. John's. Both teams looking for their first win of the season. First quarter action. Stall's Mario Brineville connects for the touchdown, and they score on this one 7-0. St. John's Cameron Smiley would answer, laying it up for Lorenz Gibbons, the playmaker. He moves the chain, sets up the handoff for TJ Gibbons for the TD, and the 2-point conversion is good. It's 9-7 at that point. 9-7. St. John's taking over the first quarter after a Caleb Watson interception, which leads to Smiley running one in the end zone, making the score 14-7. St. John's wins by 1, by 2 touchdowns, 35-21. How about that?
Oceanside Collegiate taking on Academic Magnet at Danny Jones Field in North Chuck. AcMag opening the season on the right way. You see Ethan Leinhart retrieving it, tossing it to Steven Schlosser. Open the gate, Schloss the boss. It's 6-0 after the TD return, and it sets the tone for a big win. AcMag over Oceanside Collegiate, 36-0 the final.
All right, Wando fell a little short trying to rebound from a tough loss to Beaufort last week. Conway tonight started off pretty good, and then Dakari Alston puts the ball on the ground, and the big fella from Conway, Raquan O'Neal, scoops it. But check it out. On the left side of the screen, Audrey Smith is there. Comes in the picture, strips O'Neal to get the ball back for the Warriors. How about that? After the Tigers got the ball back, though, check this out. Snags it. Macaulay Miller A little Odell Beckham there. No worries, though. Wando would overcome some turnovers and win their first game 36-29. So they're now 1-1 on the season.
And before we take our first break, we want to tell people at home, maybe some football players watching, if you want your helmet up here, well, then give them to us, all right? And you'll see them on this desk. Of course, back to that game of the week. Cane Bay, really impressive.
Yeah, very impressive, of course. And Stratford also opened up their season against Berkeley. A Skiza Pleaser there in heaven. So, you know how that goes.
Oh, yeah. And so, of course, we've got more Blitz on 2 coming up. Berkeley going for its first win of the Randy Robinson era. Would they get it? You'll find out. Coming up next.
Now, the Blitz on 2, sponsored by McDonald's, Steen Enterprises, and Palmetto Ford Lincoln.
All right, welcome back. Let's keep this thing going. Ashley Ridge in the upstate taking on Boiling Springs. The Bulldogs came out with a serious bite. Mason Streeter rolls out, finds a Brown there, 23-0 at that point. Ashley Ridge finally found some defense, but the stops were few and far between. Boiling Springs beats Ashley Ridge 40-6. Swamp Fox 0-2 on the season. Not looking good so far for them.
That's tough, especially after they started last year undefeated up until their last regular season game. Of course, they lost their playoff opener, so they got a ways to go, but I'm sure that they can get it turned around. Welcome back to the Blitz. Again, Cane Bay picking up the win in our game of the week. That was a big one. We also want to tell you, for folks at home, we also have a win of the week, which we will nominate from this group of games. You can go online to counton2.com, vote out of the 4 biggest games. We will choose a winner, and then you can select that team. We'll go out, present them with a nice trophy. Again, you can vote on that after this show.
Yeah, you have all weekend to do it, so definitely, you know, hey, if you thought your team had a big win or a big game, send it our way.
Yeah, show them some love.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of upsets today.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, you know, week 1, it's so early, though, so it's kind of like you never know what's really an upset, right?
That's true, but based on last season, you see a lot of these teams that were top-tier teams kind of fall off in the first week.
I'll tell you who hasn't fell off, Fort Dorchester.
There you go,
67-3 over Colleton County. There's no falling off there.
Yeah. All right, well, another big matchup in North Berkeley County, Timberland versus Woodland, father and son and dad's team. Well, he gets the bragging rights for Thanksgiving, winning 27-19 against Woodland. And then also Hanahan falls to Andrews 42-35.
Yeah, and in Monk's Corner, Berkeley taking on Stratford. The Stags came to play on defense. They nearly get the sack on Stratford quarterback Hunter Taylor. He's a transfer from Somerville High School. Berkeley back on offense. Now trying to add to a 27-7 lead in the second quarter. Darius Douglas to Tyreek Robinson. He's brought down way out of bounds. Oh. Where's the flag, ref? Where's the flag?
What's going on there?
No call. Less than 30 seconds left in the second quarter. More from Douglas rolling out. This time he finds DJ Chisholm. What a night for D squared and the Berkeley Stags. 47-14. A big winner over Stratford. Randy Robinson's first win as Berkeley's head coach.
There you go, Coach. Military Magnet versus North Charleston. One of the largest turnouts. Check out that crowd there for North Charleston. In a long time, and it paid off. The Cougars in the second possession of the third quarter. Raekwon Murphy gets a big pickup right here. 27 yards on that one. Number 15, Yancey Washington would fumble the snap, but picks it up, decides to do it himself, delivers a massive stiff arm, and is into the end zone. North Charleston wins 52-20. So check that out. Look at that. Oh, my gosh. It's dirty. Painful.
That's the truth. Yeah. A Skiza Pleaser in Somerville. Pinewood Prep taking on Northwood. It's a scoreless game is where we pick it up. The defensive backs should have their faces on a milk carton. Nowhere to be found in this one. Nolan Litchfield to Cam Roberts.
Untouched.
The Chargers take a 6-0 lead easy. Well, check out that stride right there, right? He could have gone for another 100 yards before anyone caught him. All right, Pinewood comes right back. It's Sammy Casey, no DeMuzio in the game, to Ryan Hewitt. All alone. Where are the defensive backs at? Where is your assignment, man? Come on. I'll tell you what, that was just the start because Pinewood Prep, they were up 41-6 at one point. They kind of let off the gas a little bit. 48-18 over Northwood. Man, what a win there. I'll tell you what.
Didn't see it coming.
No, that's the truth. All right, so coming up in the next block, we've got some great games, some more highlights. We've got Porter Gowd, who played Charleston Math and Science. I will give you a little teaser. Oliver Michaud and some of that Porter Gowd Cyclone first team out very early in that one. They really got it done. I'll tell you what, we also got Garrett Academy, I believe. So stick around because we've got a lot more highlights coming up next on the Blitz on 2.
Now, The Blitz on 2, sponsored by McDonald's, Steen Enterprises, and Palmetto Ford Lincoln.
All right, welcome back. Garrett getting ready to take on Baptist Hill. First drive, number 5, Rashad Anderson picks up 20 before taking a massive hit from Rashawn Stevens. Oh my gosh.
Where'd he go? Is he okay?
They need, I don't know. That's just terrible. Penalties would halt that drive, though. Bobcats first possession. Corey Fields calls his own number and takes it in for 6. It's 6-0 Bobcats. But the Falcons would answer with a quick strike to DeQuan Wilson in the back of the end zone. Holds on to it, but Garrett Wood, Baptist Hill, wins 36-14.
Good win for them. Charleston Math and Science at Portugal. When our cameras got there, 35-0 Cyclones in the second quarter. It's 3rd and 14. Caleb Pierce gets the handoff, changes direction like he ran into an ex-girlfriend, just running right away, huh? Takes it into the end zone to give Porter a 41-0 lead. Fortunately, they kind of take it easy in the second half. 51-0 the final. All right, let's talk some college football now because believe it or not, tomorrow night the season begins with Charleston Southern opening the season on ESPN in Fargo, North Dakota. They got a tough test, Brandon.
Yeah, the 5-time defending champions. Don't you forget to mention that. So there's a lot of pressure.
That's kind of important. Yeah, I think we have some video, too, to show you. We've been out to CSU earlier this week. We've actually gotten some video from our affiliate in Fargo, North Dakota. And I'll tell you what, if I learned one thing about the Bison, you know, there's a good thing. They don't have Carson Wentz this year. He went number 2 to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, but the Bucs, they have Kyle Copeland. I'm very interested to see what he does in his first game as a starter this year.
You know where he's from, right?
Where's he from?
Texas.
Oh, my gosh.
He's the Lone Star Ranger, I'll tell you what.
Somehow we find
the stars at night are big and bright, right?
Oh, my gosh. You're just blushing.
Yeah, and as our producer Brittany just said, you know who else
is from Texas.
Queen Bey.
Yeah, the
Kyle
Bayhive.
Copeland. Hopefully, he just hopes to have an impact like Beyonce,
Copeland's
right?
part of the Bayhive?
The Bayhive? I'm not going to – we're going to have to let him answer that. We might have to ask this next time.
You might be in the Bayhive.
I'm not going to reveal that on live television, all right? That is it for the Blitz on 2, guys. For Brandon Baylor, I'm Evan West. If you missed this, check out all the highlights online, counton2.com. Have a great weekend.
Don't forget your helmets.